Hello. Hi, Frank.
Hello, yes.
Hello. It's 6 o'clock. It's Monday. The birds are singing. It's still light outside. Roxy Rose is running riot round the garden. The old lady Bridget is here with her coat on. Bronco he's coming up to see how we are. How is everyone? How are you, Frank?
First class, yes.
Good.
Yes. All the better for being out here and entertaining in a nice mild night, actually. It's excellent.
When you think actually only 4 weeks ago or so it was Baltic.
Yes, indeed.
And
hopefully we'll steal some of Oprah Winfrey's audience tonight. Don't go there, you say.
I don't think you're allowed to even mention that right now. I'm just going to see if anyone is joining us. Hello. Yes, there are lots of people joining us. Flora Nicholson is watching, and Lena MacDonald, hi to you both. And Anne McIntosh, hello. Eileen Andrew, good evening Fiona and Frank. It's been a lovely day. It has. Maggie Smith, hello folks, it's lovely. And Caroline Elizabeth, Ron Black, hi Fiona. Roxy and Bonnie Westhill, oh, Junie McPherson, hello, and Fiona and Frank. Raymond Trail is watching. Brian Green, good evening, Fiona and Frank. Emerine, hello, hi. And Agnes Fraser, Veskerma from Nairn, and to you. Joan Mackenzie and Christine Miller and Jennifer Patience, good evening to you both. And Richard Given, hello, welcome Richard. And Frida Baxter, good evening, Fiona, and good evening to you, Frida. Wonderful. And Flora Nicholson's in Inverness. Liz Calder and Jamie Sutherland in Aberdeen, lovely, and Isabel Foley and Robin Cook, looking forward to another lovely night, good, so are we, and Nan Mackenzie and Nancy Wilson, oh, Ed Crozier, good evening Ed, the dogs, they've taken off, we might have to go and get them back, and Marsh, Phyllis Surkert, hello, and Robert and Mary, lovely to have you with us. Catherine, I think my eyesight's getting better. I can see at a distance, Frank. Leanna Phillips, hello. And Catherine from Inverness. And Kenny Morrison. My eyesight's definitely getting better just before my eye test. Christine McPhail. And so that Jamie Mackay, hello from Tobermory. Oh, I love Tobermory. Caroline Elizabeth. And Jean Thompson, evening Jean. And Ron Black. It's a pleasure. And Dorothea Churnside from Edinburgh. Gordon and Sheila Murray, hello from the Murrays and St Andrews. And John Wills, hello. And Julie Thompson and Joe Mackenzie and Mary Spate from Poole and Dorset. Great to have you with us. And Catherine Bell and Charlie Loy. And isn't it lovely, Frank? You've got loads of fans.
Wow. My fan club and my family.
Yeah, yes. And Effie Rowan, good evening to you both. And Maureen Ritchie and Ina Stewart and Mary Galloway from Suffolk. Wonderful. Hillary is so happy to be. Hillary's in America. Oh my word. Great, Hillary. Mwah. And Nan Mackenzie is watching. And Mary Sweeney from County Mayo in Ireland. Frank, Ireland, America, Poole, Inverness, and Marsh is watching, and Eunice Watt, and Anne Houston is in Skye, my dear friend Anne. Hello Annie, she'll be hiding now and saying, don't even say my name twice. Hi Anne Houston, Christina McPhail, lovely, and Fred Garson is watching. And Louis Pickup, have a lovely time. I hope that we all, and Floran Reid, lovely Floran from the Black Isle. We're going to have to get Francis to go. The golfer, there must be dogs out there. It's still light here. Is it light with you? Can you hear them barking?
Yes, of course.
Are you watching? There's either deer in the field. I mean, we're outside, folks. And Pam Dignan, hello, Pam's watching.
Oh, lovely.
Hi Pam, hello Pam. And Elizabeth Mackenzie. Darling, can you get the dogs? Because they've taken off at 100 miles an hour. Thank you. Lewis Sinclair is watching. And Houston's saying, I'm so smart. I know, and I'm sorry. Liz Calder and Ron Black. Oh, you've shared. Ron Black has shared. Now, Peter Clark, are you sharing as well? Because I do hope you are. Christine Farmer, it's good to see you. And you're in Wick in Caithness. Anne Marsh, where are you? I don't know. Tina Faulkner Elders. Tina is in Inverbervie. So we've got so many people. Between the golfer and you have got quite a big fan club.
Oh, lovely, I'm delighted.
I'm loving all these tunes. We're going to be shamelessly reminiscing tonight.
Why not? Yes.
I think it's very important to shamelessly reminisce. I've got Bridget here, look, because she's the well-behaved one.
Lovely.
She's the old lady, and she's 20 now. Roxy Rose is not 2 yet, and she's a menace. And
that's 140 years in human's life.
That's
7 years, 140 years.
that's older than
amazing.
you and me combined.
Don't go there, please.
I won't say if you don't say. Don't you get involved. Thank you very much, golfer. I'm a bit worried in case she takes off into the field, but worry not, everyone. So I thought, because it was Mother's Day yesterday, and many of us were remembering our mothers, and many of us were sending flowers to mums, and I got flowers and cards and candles, and it was really lovely. So I thought I would sing a song that was very much my mother's song, which is my faithful, fond one.
Anyone wants any advice
for
a job in life?
Yes.
Become a florist.
Oh
Yes.
Can go wrong between Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, anniversary, birthdays.
The golfer is saying if
Father's
anyone
Day,
wants
yes,
a great job, he reckons you should become a florist, because you've got Mother's Day, you've got a Valentine's Day, International Women's Day, anniversaries, birthdays.
Please forgive me, darling days.
Please forgive me, darling days.
The men just don't come into this at all. It's sad.
They get nothing.
Very, very sad. Yeah.
They get.
There is a Father's Day.
The golfer says he just gets a heap of abuse. That is not true, and you know it, don't you? So we're going to sing one for the mums.
You're starting off with your song, yes?
Yes, well, we start off with my faithful, fond one, because it brings back happy memories for me, and it's called Maroon Galgilas. Maroon Galgilas, Gilas, Gilas, Maroon Galgilas, Nagchiluna, Gachil mi hang root, Agul Hanud mi, Ochon Sound Hamir Shachin, my faithful fair one, my faithful fond one, my faithful fair will not come to me on bed of pain here. I shall remain here with fearful longing for sight of thee. Is truach nach Romi, alariach na fulling, a have nach Udram, barnen town, is fering skripak, Daniela nilak, farvel and rivin, jak minchin traum, morun gyalgila. Chil mi hein rut agul chanud mi achon yagul saun hamir shachim morun kyal chilas chilas morun kyal chilas nak chiluna chil mi hein rut agul chanud mi ochon yagul saun hamir shachim. Thank you, the golfer, and Roxy Rose, who's got her frisbee out. I mean, last week he was doing the frisbee in the dark. I mean, we're light now. We've got crocuses in the garden, we've got snowdrops, we've got all sorts. Daffodils soon. I'm wearing, I thought I'd wear a little,
The rhododendrons.
the rhododendrons will be out, but I'm wearing this, my sister Kirstine in France, who I hope is watching, with Santa and Sam and Andrew. Thank you, Kirstine, for the lovely top. I'm enjoying the yellow today. So Robert and Mary Wilson thought that was lovely, and so did Florin Reid and Neil Strachan. I know you're hoping for the Brig of Balgownie later, which may come, and Christina MacLeod and Jean Patience. Now, I would like to say, darling, do you want to come and do a clue? Just
Very quick.
Oh, very quick. Okay, right, in you come.
Chilly for me.
Chilly for you.
A bit chilly.
Are you saying hello to everybody? Come on, Roxy.
Good evening, one and all. Tonight's simple one, 4 letters, Azan. A-Z-A-N.
Gosh.
So what is
Azan.
Azan.
A-Z-A-N.
Azan?
Yes.
Okay. Right, maybe
I
that's
doubt,
something.
I doubt many of your followers will...
Hang on. There's someone already saying something, but you never know.
oh well.
You never know.
I'll
So-
forget it too quickly, I've got another one.
I would just like to say that the golfer brought me a present today, and it was it was the present of all presents.
Well, actually I have to be truthful here. Because I went into Greg's Bakeries for 3 sausage rolls. They're wonderful sausage rolls.
Come on.
And the lady said to me, you do realise you buy 3, get the 4th one for nothing. I said, perfect, I'll give that to my wife as a present.
This man, his generosity knows no bounds.
I'm skint with all the flowers I've been buying.
I do like the snood though. It's very fashionable.
The snood is very fashionable. So Azan, as opposed to Azam or Azan with an N or A-Z-A-N.
Yes.
A-Z-A-N is the clue, everybody. Stuart Spence is watching. Hello, Stuart. We so want to come back to the Markcliffe. When can we all go back?
Oh, tomorrow.
I mean, we'd all be there in a nanosecond, in a heartbeat. Stuart's main visitors at the moment are dear, because he was showing in the Markcliffe Hotel for our friends all over the world. The Markcliffe Hotel is a 5-star hotel in Aberdeen, the best. And Stuart Spence has run this hotel magnificent thing. Anyway, Stuart, hello, hello, hello. I hope the deer haven't eaten all the plants. I do hope not. Now, what are you going to play, Frank?
Don't know yet.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I'll,
just,
while you're thinking about it. Oh, there he's off. sorry about the distraction.
I know, it's lovely.
Roxy, go away. Go away.
It's not so easy as that.
Roxy, no, it's not as easy as that. There you go. Now, I am going to say hello to a few people. We've got some lovely requests. Lucy Scott in New Mexico, a lovely friend of ours who came over to Scotland. She is remembering her wonderful Dan Armstrong, who fell in love and married her cousin Sally, and he was so proud of his Scottish heritage, and he sadly passed away. He lived life with gusto and to the full, and has left Sally and his 3 beautiful daughters and grandchildren that he adored, and is much, much missed. So thinking of Sally and the family. Roxy, go away, go away, go away. That's it. So we're thinking, go away, naughty little dog. Thinking very much of Sally and the girls and all the grandchildren. Frida Baxter, Frida, you always watch, I know, and you've suggested a song, The Dark Island, and it's certainly one of my favourites. And I thought, would you just play a little tune while I take the dog inside?
Of course.
And
yeah.
I'll be back, because I think the golfer needs to look after his dog. We'll take this away. I'll be back in a minute. Come on. Bravo from all around the world, being
lovely.
cheered up by Scottish country dance music. There's nothing like it. I think Cambridge University once did a sort of some kind of study on happiness, and apparently Scottish country dance music was one of the top things that made people just feel happy.
Interesting, yes.
And I think it's true, you know, it's so uplifting, and it does just make you want to dance. I mean, I know you've been playing for donkey's years, but do you feel that when you're playing?
Yes, the interaction of being in a hall with a crowd of dancers is absolutely amazing, and that's the thing we all miss during this long lockdown, really.
Yes.
But there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
so
no,
we're a bit more hopeful.
Yeah, Are you you're a bottle half full person?
Oh yes, definitely. 3/4 full.
So am I. So let me just say the request. I'm sorry for the interruption, because I just wanted to say to everyone in the Armstrong family that we're thinking of you in Scotland, and I wanted to sing a special song called The Dark Island, which Frida Baxter requested.
Lovely.
And actually it's one that my dad sang, Uncle Alistair sang, or sings, and actually our eldest daughter Hannah, it's her party piece.
Oh,
so apologies to Hannah, because I'm kind of stealing your version of the song.
Right, okay.
What key are we in?
I think it's G minor, I think we...
All right,
yeah,
did we plump on that? Okay. unfolds by the sea, where the sweet purple heather blooms, fragrant and free, on a hilltop high above the dark island. Oh, island of my childhood, I'm dreaming of thee, where the stream meets the ocean and young children play on a strand of pure silver. I'll welcome each day, and I'll roam forevermore the dark island, true gem of the Hebrides, bathed in the light of the midsummer dawning that follows the light. How I yearn for the cries of the seagulls in flight, as they circle high above the dark island. Oh, island of my childhood, I'm dreaming of thee, where the stream joins the ocean and young children play on the strand of pure silver. I'll welcome each day, and I'll roam forevermore the dark island, and I'll roam forevermore the dark island. It's a lovely song, isn't it? It's such a lovely song. And yes, there's two versions of it, and the last time I sang the other version, and this time I'm singing this version because there's different words. I think Dad sang both, and Hannah sang this one. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I was also going to say that I'd love to do a request. I had a very nice thing happen to me on Saturday. Would you like to know what it was?
Yes!
I got a letter. A letter. A real letter.
Yeah.
Now, have you had a letter recently?
There's not many of them around nowadays. A handwritten letter.
Well, it was beautifully typed and signed, but I have it here because it's beautifully typed and signed. Yes, and I wanted to say hello to Ronnie Land in Bearsden in Glasgow, and just to say how chuffed I was to get your letter, not least because there were so many connections, not least that I used to live in Bearsden when I was growing up, and also that he made me laugh because the other week, I think I probably told you that the golfer and I both went to get our jags. Now, when I grew up in Glasgow, an injection or a vaccination was called a jag. Did you call it a jag, or were you call it a jab?
Yes.
I don't know,
I've
what
been jabbed many times.
Poked in the eye with a sharp stick. Well, a jab, of course, is a vaccination. And so is a jag. Do you think that's just a Glasgow thing? My Glasgow friends, Ed Crozier, is jag just Glasgow? Or Florin, or in St Andrews, would you say jag or would you say jab? You see, Anne Houston would say jag, and she's in Skye. I can see that straight away. Thank you, Joan. And I'm just trying to think, what would you say? Jab or jag?
I use both in actual fact. I think it's quite humorous to say you've been jabbed.
Yes.
You know, I quite like that. But jag in the jugular.
Jagged in the jag? That's not very nice. Well, I I was just going to say to Ronnie Land in Glasgow, thank you for your lovely letter, because we've got so many connections. The golfer studying in INSEAD, and your son, one of your sons, Douglas, he did a law degree in Aberdeen, and he now works in London as a lawyer. And then Andrew was at Fontainebleau, which is where my husband was at INSEAD, and he mentioned JAG, because he said, when I mentioned a JAG recently, he was not long off the phone to a friend, and he'd asked him if he'd been for his JAG yet. And his friend said, no, the guy is working on it and is waiting on a new alternator.
I like it, yes.
So that made me chuckle. So back in the day, Ronnie designed, and he designed roads and interchanges and all sorts of things. So if anyone's got any complaints about the Friarton Bridge and then Craigend interchange to Broxton, it's too late. Ronnie's retired. You cannot make a complaint. But in those days, he was saying that there was no computers in the 68, 69. So he had to do 150 pages of calculations. So when you think about that, that's incredible. Anyway, Ronnie, I just wanted to say that your letter cheered me up no end. Thank you very much. It was just lovely to get a letter and not get a bill. I mean, I think it's nice to get a letter and a card.
It is. Very precious nowadays is a handwritten letter, which you don't see a lot of nowadays. You probably write them.
No,
yourself, do you?
I do. I'm a bit of a writer.
Good job.
Yes, I like and I like to use turquoise ink.
Oh,
I do. Back in the day, I have a fountain pen, not with feather, but I do like writing cards, and I like letters because I like getting them.
They're very special,
I'm feeling now I'm going to get masses. Are you going to play a wee tune?
Yes.
What are you going to play?
Oh yes, okay.
Oh no, or am I going to sing?
No, you for your friend. Is it your sister in France?
Yes.
I'll play this little tune.
For Kirsty and Andrew and Santa.
Well, under Paris skies. It's
Paris
under
skies.
Aberdeen skies tonight, but this is
lovely.
Is the French version of it.
Oh, I love a little French.
How's it go again?
Oh. Under the Paris skies.
Under Paris skies.
Under Paris skies. Wouldn't it be lovely? Would you like... The golfer proposed to me in Paris.
Oh, God, how romantic. What a place. Yeah.
Well, actually, it wasn't romantic at all. He'd lost his front tooth playing rugby, and then he decided to show off by eating we were in some fancy French restaurant called Chez Francis, and there was one of the students he was studying with, a friend, who didn't know how to eat the langoustine, and the golfer picked it up and went, ah! And then his 2 front teeth shattered.
Good heavens.
That was the night he decided to propose. He thought, if she says yes, when I've got no teeth, I'm on to a winner.
Absolutely.
And I
yes.
fell for it, hook, line and sinker. I mean, what can I say? Had you planned it? Totally.
There was a very rare event earlier on this afternoon. We had 3 Francises in one room.
I know.
Wasn't that amazing, that?
I
Yeah.
know.
Uh-huh.
I know. Francis 1, Francis Jr. And
Absolutely.
and of course,
and the
were
old
you never
Francis.
were you never called Francis?
No, it's on my birth certificate, but it's always been
Always Frank.
ever since then, yes.
Frank Sinatra.
Like Frank Sinatra, because Frank Sinatra is speak amongst yourselves, don't worry about us. Now,
Yes.
I'm wondering if anyone has got, Fred O'Neill is watching and Lou Sinclair, does anyone have the answer to Francis's clue, which was a Zan, 4 letters. A Zan, 4 letters. While you're all thinking about that, I wanted to say that Neil Strachan has a request for the Brig of Balgownie, which we're definitely going to do. We've got a whole kind of Glasgow West Coast sort of medley planned. Frank and I got very excited just remembering some old medleys and things.
That's right, yes.
Now I'm just seeing if anyone's got a Zan. Alison McGilvery, hello. And Caroline, do you know the answer to a Zan, 4 letters? I don't know if Colin Manders is watching today, because normally Colin has...
Pretty good in Google.
He's that's not very... Colin is highly intelligent. He's not... It's not about...
I'm a brilliant Gordonian.
He is a brilliant Gordonian. He is. Freddie Duncan is watching. Hello, Fred. Do you know the answer to the golfer's clue? Azan. Peter Stewart, the late Will Starr, played that tune.
Oh, did he? Yes, yes.
Did he?
Yeah, yeah, okay.
And the Bluebell Polka.
Oh, yes, that's another
I
favourite,
love the
yes.
Bluebell
Yeah,
Polka.
Yeah, okay, we'll put that.
And we
in.
must do that another
sometime,
time.
yeah.
Can
okay,
you do the
that's-
kick behind?
Oh,
Because
yes, yes. I'll
because
practice that one, yes.
You- that's what he was also famous for. So Alan and June Douglas are watching, and thank you. Charlie Laurie is watching now. Oh, Ezan, Brian Green says. Is it Ezan? E-Z-A-N? Hello? E-Z-A-N. Yeah. Is it A? No, it's A-Z-A-N. Brian Green or Pray. Is it Pray? No, it's not. Right, we'll have to keep going. Never mind. Let's do... Will we do our little medley?
That sounds good, yes.
Now, what
yeah.
are we starting with? The Brig of Balgownie.
Yeah, and good luck.
And good luck. Will Starr did play with my dad, David. Will Starr came from a lovely... he came from a mining village. Croy. Was that mining? I'm really digging into my childhood now. I think Will Starr came from Croy. A phenomenal button box player. If you like accordion, which I love.
Yes, he was world
but
famous.
he was
yes.
world class and world famous as a button. And he was rather handsome with that fantastic
Yes, he was,
dark
yes.
hair, and he had a cheeky smile, and he would turn, and the audience would wait, and he would do a wee kick at the back. Croy just outside. Yes, he was from Croy. James Corbett got Will Starr Records. Great. Croy near Glasgow. Thank you, David. And Peggy Nicholson is watching. Anybody got the answer to Azan? No, we don't. He
No,
did mention, but we
Shazam, yes, but not Azam.
You're very modern.
You think so? Yes.
Are your daughters watching?
Probably, yes.
So would you like to say hello to the girls?
Yes, I'm sure they are. They will probably watch it on YouTube tomorrow.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, that's actually something. Oh, Croy is in its own kingdom, the kingdom of Croy. It sounds like something from Outlander.
I'm not sure.
The
There's a
kingdom
Croy on
of
the west
Croy.
coast of Scotland somewhere.
It's in the Glasgow area.
I can tell you a useless piece of
Lanarkshire.
information about Will Starr.
What?
I think when he was out in Canada, he was given the freedom of a town called Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
Away
yeah.
by Vancouver or somewhere.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I thought I'd just tell you that.
I'm delighted.
You're speechless, I can see. Yes.
But to get the freedom of anywhere is frankly pretty impressive.
That's right, yes.
He's a lovely... as a child, you always remember the grown-ups that are really nice to you and kind, and growing up, I mean, Woolstar was very much around our house and rehearsing and all of that, and actually everybody was very kind to all of us. We were just very lucky to grow up with musicians, and creatives are generally lovely, kind.
Yeah, it's a lovely honour to be given the freedom, and the one that comes to mind is your Uncle Brian, who was given the freedom of Houston.
I know.
That was just absolutely
Brian
amazing.
Ross, for all the friends that remember Uncle Brian, he was given the freedom of Houston. Yeah,
Yes.
indeed, indeed. Happy days, happy days. Croy's near Kilsyth, Floran is telling us. Thank you for the precise. So we're going to be around that area, except we're starting off in Aberdeen at the Brig of Balgownie for our friends abroad. No, it's not the Croy near Inverness, it was one near Kilsyth. Yes, we're going to start with the Brig of Balgownie. But if you want to share this, that you can. I never quite know how to do this, but you can share this cantata. You can share this nonsense with your friends if you wish, who might like to join us on a Monday. You can watch it on YouTube, or you can tell them that they can watch it on YouTube tomorrow. There's no editing, I can assure you. Goodbye to care, laughter, oh love, and oh welcoming there. I love my heart, my own one. Where are the folk like the folk of the West? Canty and Couthie, kindly the best. There I would hie me, and there I would rest. At Hayley, my young folk, and it's westering home, the song in the air, light in the eye, and it's goodbye to care. Laughter, oh love, and oh welcoming there. I love my heart, my own one. Come with me across the sea to the place that's calling me, where my heart will always be, back in bonny Scotland, where the Highland air is keen, where the islands lie serene, where there's purple heather seen, back in bonny Scotland. I dream of a river I'm happy beside. The song that I sing is the song of the Clyde. Of all Scottish rivers, it's dearest to me. It flows from Lead Hills all the way to the sea. It borders the orchards, hammocks so fair, meanders through meadows with sheep grazing there. From Glasgow to Gourock and times on each side, the song that I sing is the song of the Clyde, oh the river Clyde, the wonderful Clyde. The name of it thrills me and fills me with pride, and I'm satisfied, whatever betide. The sweetest of songs is the song of the Clyde. There's Paul and Mo at Glasgow Broomielaw, going down the water for the fair. There's Bob and Mary on the Govan ferry, wishing jet propulsion could be there. There's steamers cruising, and there's bodies snoozing, and there's laddies fishing frae the pier. And Paul's perspiring, very near expiring, as he rows up over there to hear. as a flash, and it is voted smashing to be walking daily on the prom. May and Devlin are in seventh heaven as they stroll along with Dick and Tom. And Dumbarton Rock to every Jean and Jock extends a welcome that is high and wide. Seems to know that they are on their homeward way to hear song of the Clyde. The river Clyde, the wonderful Clyde. The name of it thrills me and fills me with pride. And I'm satisfied, whatever betide. The sweetest of songs is the song of the Clyde. The sweetest of songs is the song of the Clyde.
Just about, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
do you know, I haven't sung that ever, actually, but I love it. And Kenneth McKellar, I think he created that wee bit, the Maw Pod, doing it the Brumelaw, doing the Waterford, the
lovely.
Fair, and the Govan Fair. I mean, it just brings back memories. I'm sure it brings back lots of memories to lots of our friends who are watching. And for those who are completely bewildered all over the world, worry not. You're seeing Scottish culture at its
Absolutely,
finest.
yes.
Absolutely. So Azan, it doesn't sound very Scottish to me.
No, it's not. But there is a thing, if it's as E-Z-A-N, you're either Iranian or Turkish.
Okay.
For everyone else,
Okay.
it's Azan.
Azan.
Unless you're
4 letters.
unless you're Iranian.
Good old sing-song. Thank you, Brian. Brian, do you know the answer to this?
It could be E-E-Z-A-N if you're Iranian or Turkish.
I don't think we have anyone from Iran or Turkey watching, but
Well, then
maybe
it
they
isn't
do.
EZ.
Well, then it's
Well,
not
everyone else
EZ.
is AZ.
So Azan.
Right. Right.
Well, while you're working at, I think you might have to tell folk, because nobody's answering this. Lovely memories, Fiona and Frank. A lovely night, Frank. Bill McHugh sang Westering Home, Neil says. Absolutely. Brian Green doesn't know the answer to this, and Brian usually gets all the...
Minaret call to prayer.
Is that what Azan is?
The minaret call to prayer.
It's the minaret call to prayer. Okay, so, well, thankfully you're not... Thankfully you're not singing. Thank you. Could we have an English clue next week? That is... You were going to do one, weren't you?
Yeah, you were.
What was that one, Frank?
Oh, Panjotter lies. This is a northeast Doric sort of word.
Yes.
Which
Panjotterlised.
yes. Okay.
Panjotterlised.
And it's in the dictionary now.
It's in
Pan-
I think it's in the Doric dictionary.
Yes,
but
You're not allowed to give any more clues. Frankly, that was a use. Thank you. Go away. Thank you. We don't want any singing from you. Thank you.
Yes, it's dance time for.
Oh yes,
the
no,
golfer.
stay there. We're going to dance. Thank you very much for watching. Hello, Marlene Monroe. Lovely to have you with us as well. I hope you've all enjoyed this week, and we'll be back next week on Monday evening. We're keeping going until we're all allowed out, and then maybe when we're all allowed properly out.
Frank's answer. With the word.
Oh, what's your answer? To your what's your clue?
Well, another word it describes is blutered.
Oh, blooters.
Blutered, which is legless with drink.
Highly intoxicated.
You
Highly
should have seen Francis on Hogmanay. He was fair Panjotterlised.
Yes. And a few other eyes as well.
Blutered. I'm afraid we have international viewers who haven't a clue what blutered, never mind
Panjotterlised.
Panjotterlised.
Yeah.
Well, panjotterlised means blutered, which means
Legless.
intoxicated.
Yes.
Which I don't think I'm going to ask these guys for any more clues anymore. Frank, play us out. Thank you very much. Come on, Daddy.
Now for the
Pleasure,
broth.
yes.
Thank you, Frank. Thanks to Frank. I don't know why, I'm clearly not very fit. I'm out of breath. Lovely to see you. See you next week.